Welcome back to the Business Hour podcast here at Magic Door Studio. Magic Door Studio is a full-service, state-of-the-art podcasting studio located in sunny Balbriggan, County Dublin. Located just 5 minutes off the motorway, it's convenient for guests from all over Ireland. We're joined today by the very interesting Josh Henry from X-Lite, an innovative drinks product on the Irish market. Hi, Josh.
How's things? How are we?
Good. How are you?
Good now. Good. Happy to be here.
Good. You've an incredible product. We're surrounded by it here. Tell me a little about X-Lite.
100%. Look, so X-Lite is an Irish drink. The two owners, Oliver and Pat, had the idea when they were in their final year of Trinity College. They were doing international business, and the two lads had a assignment where they had to essentially pitch an idea, a Dragon's Den style thing, and they pitched their idea and eventually won the Dragon's Den competition. So I suppose from that, then they said, why not us? Why not give it a go? They had done the drink. It's a vodka soda, and they had done it on a small batch scale for kind of friends and family, and
Like
it was
testing?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Like, so they'd done a small batch and sold it out to their friends and family, and it was a hit.
What was the first flavour? Do you know? Did they try it? Is it kind of find the flavour?
Yeah, I believe it was the strawberry and lime. I could be incorrect there, so look, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was strawberry lime, which actually happens to be the best seller flavour across the country right now.
Yeah.
But look, since then, I suppose, gone strength to strength. Two lads have kind of been at it now about 3 years. Me, myself, I've joined the team about a month and a half ago, along with three others who've kind of joined as the same role as myself, sales leader, or essentially field sales. And we have, I suppose, even in that month and a half, look, the lads have built a strong brand, and they've done partnerships with various different festivals and events. But I suppose even in the last month and a half, the brand has definitely, elevated. We've gone from 300 stores so about a month and a half ago, up to about 550 at the minute.
Okay.
And by the end of summer, so by the end of August, the target is to be at 800 stores in Ireland. In terms then of growth, look, there's plans to even move into the Northern Irish market, which are under full flow, and even into some of the clubs in Ibiza. So look, there's 4 flavours at the minute. It's an Irish vodka soda.
What are the 4 flavours?
So there's strawberry lime. As you can see, the black cans kind of dotted around the room.
Black can, strawberry, lime.
We have the lemon, which is the yellow. We have watermelon, which is kind of the red kind of colour, and we have my favourite, which would be the orange.
Okay.
They're all completely sugar free, all under 100 calories. And
they're entirely sugar free.
They are, yeah.
Okay, so obviously, I mean, that's a unique selling point for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I from my own perspective, I enjoy vodka. I've had too many nights on vodka and energy drinks, and it's the energy drink that does the damage the next day. So a sugar-free drink, that's quite appealing. And so it's ready-made in a can. It is. What you would call it RTD?
RTD, yeah. So ready to drink. Yes, yeah, correct.
Very good. And so it's sold primarily in off licenses, convenience stores.
Yes.
Currently.
So look, at the minute there is deals with. So we have listings with Tesco, Dunn's, Musgraves shops.
Amazing.
And also with BWG stores, and some of the individual stores by themselves kind of have it themselves too.
It's become quite visible in the last in the last even 6 months. Kind of see it around. You mentioned some partnerships and that you've been out to festivals and events. Obviously, that's a good place to reach out. And put it in people's hands and get them tasting it. I spotted on your social media that you were at Taste of Dublin. That looked like it was a very successful event by all standards.
No, 100%. Look, Taste of Dublin, major kind of food and drink festival in Dublin every year. It was in Marion Square this year, and I believe they get about 30,000 people in the gates every year. The lads did, so the two boys kind of decided it was perfect opportunity to get a tasting done. So they had all 4 flavours kind of in. They had their own little kind of tent and set up and all. They were working on it themselves. They were actually lucky enough, they got us, or myself in, so I got to come in and try it from a consumer's point of view, kind of. I came in.
Super.
Yeah.
That was, I'm sure, some learnings there.
Yeah, 100%. Look, everyone that came in got to try all 4 flavors, kind of find which ones for them. And it was a massive hit, definitely. I think they ran out of stock a few times, which kind of, underestimating how popular it would have been. But look, at every sort of event like that or partnership, I know they've even done kind of Omnifest, and they've done Other Side, and they've done things like that, kind of these festivals as well. It's sold out, and it's been one of the most requested drinks at all of these. The traction they've gotten from these is immense. It's just really putting the brand on a pedestal, really.
I would I would assume it's it's a brand to appeals to a broad enough demographic. I guess males, females, and everything in between. Is there a particular focus on people who are more health conscious, who are more health aware, who are more cognizant of what they're putting into their body? Is that kind of who you're looking for? And how do you go about trying to find those people, or how do you steer your brand towards those people?
Look, no, I think, and I mean, from talking to the lads and even my perspective, it's really a drink for anyone. Anyone trying to have a great time. The way I see it, and look, I was kind of introduced to the product during my college days. So whenever I relate the product and the brand itself with a good time. There's a lot of drinks out there that are very high in sugar, and you wouldn't even think about it. You mightn't think about it the following day where it has that effect on you. Look, as we've already discussed, the sugar is kind of the main thing that I suppose
does the damage.
Does the damage, yeah. And when there is a product
short term
like this,
and long term,
yeah, no, 100%. And look, when there is a product like this on the market that I suppose does appeal to a health conscious consumer in the sense that it is under 100 calories, it is completely sugar free, it's gluten free, it's vegan, things like that. It is ultimately kind of the perfect RTD, I would say. You look at other ones now on the market, and there's not many that do offer that kind of sugar free.
And I have to say, there's no compromise on taste. I appreciate the samples that you sent in advance, and I find it hard to pick a favorite, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I really like watermelon, and I'm not really mad into watermelon drinks in general, but there's something about it. All of them, they're zesty, they're fresh, they're clean tasting, and they I could see myself getting through a few too many. What is the ABV? It's
4.2. It is on the it's 4.2 across the board.
Yeah, that's a bit standard, for say at least on par with beers and that kind of thing. You mentioned about so you've partnered with Dunn's and Tesco, BWG. What stores? Where can people find X-Lite?
I suppose at the minute, look, it's gone from.
It's only in sale in the Republic right now.
Right now, yes, correct, yeah.
And are you geographically centred in any particular area? Is it spread across the country?
I suppose. Look, there is probably you will find it in the big cities, definitely. And then I suppose we are branching out, definitely. I know. So there's four of our sales team on at the minute. Myself, so I'm Sligo, but based in North Leinster. There is Joe, who is Wexford, based in South Leinster. And then there is Mark, kind of based in the west, so kind of Galway, Limerick area, all the way down to Kerry. And then there is James, who has Cork and kind of a little bit of the Midlands as well. So it is kind of everywhere. There definitely is more of a push at the minute kind of towards the cities. So any of the shops in North or South Dublin, I'm nearly guarantee you will find it. The Centras, the Super Values, all sorts. I know, say, even if you're going to Croke Park, any of the shops around Croke Park, they're some of the shops I deal with. Any of them, you're going to find it. Walking down O'Connell Street, you're going to find it. Then I suppose, as I was saying, look, I'm Sligo myself. There's shops in Donegal, up in Letterkenny, Ballyshannon. There's shops in Sligo that have it. I know the lads have done great work down kind of the south as well. So down the shops in Killarney, there's all sorts. Joe's from Wexford, and I know himself and Oliver were down in Wexford now even this week. There's going to be a good presence, I'd say, for the Fla. So that's coming up obviously in the next few weeks.
Tell me about so you're obviously the age of marketing has changed dramatically the last 10 years. Obviously social media is a big focus. getting yourselves into festivals and events where you can put product into people's hands is crucial, and the associations with those festivals and events. What about content creators and influencers, that kind of thing? Do you work with particular people, or how do you go about engaging them? And
Yeah, I know. So that kind of would have been done a little bit before I joined in, but there's definitely scope to do a little bit more of that as well. The lads have done a little bit of collaborations and stuff with. I know there is a TikToker, Mitch. He actually received some X-Lite there. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Then Jim Flano is another man who I think has done a little bit with the brand as well. And there's definitely scope to do a whole lot more. It is, as you said, it is a product that kind of speaks for itself. Once people do try it, they buy it. Liquid on lips, that's what the lads always say.
Liquid on lips.
Liquid on lips. Yeah. Once you try it, I can speak for myself. Even I was in a shop there today up in Drogheda, and there is a lady who I would have dropped in a sample. I said, look, just give it a go, see what you think.
Yeah.
She went home, and by the next visit I came in, and it was on the shop floor. She said it's her new drink.
Right.
So like it's the sort of thing, it speaks for itself. The first time I tried it, I was hooked to it as well. It's the perfect drink if you're looking for a good time, but not kind of trying to, as you said, kind of alter any sort of your medium to long term plans as well.
It's super exciting to see innovation like this in this part of the Irish drinks industry, and kind of like a homegrown brand. Again, it's important to people, and that these days. What about and maybe this isn't your role. Maybe I need to have a chat. The two lads, sorry, that set X-Lite up.
Yeah.
Their names are, who are they?
Oliver Feeney and Pat Joyce.
Oliver and Pat.
Yeah.
Plans for innovation in the future. Is it strictly more flavors? Is there other directions it can go in? What do you think? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, currently everything is vodka based. Maybe there's opportunity for other spirits, and do you have any insights you can give us on that?
I don't think I can
Probably
be
putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, no, I don't think I can be giving too much away. Obviously, but there's scope. There's a scope, and there's drive in the business. Look, it's the first kind of role I've stepped into since leaving college, but the drive.
Tell me a little about that. So your own path. So you went to DCU?
I went to DCU. Yeah, I did marketing, innovation, new technology.
Marketing, innovation, and new technology.
Yeah, a nice little mouthful.
Yeah. Well, you fell on your feet here for sure.
Yeah. Look, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Did 4 years there. 3 were college based, and 1 I had a year to do an internship. I did that with kind of a big business. Really did enjoy it. But I found that I kind of lacked that sort of, it lacked the personable side of things that I was looking for.
I don't know if it translates to the camera, but you're a very personal guy, and you can see that you're a people-facing person. And so, I could see that a role like this would suit you better than a big corporate. I've been there as well, same experience. I felt the big corporate entity was oppressive, So obviously you were there. How did you find X-Lite? How did you find them? How did you end up?
I suppose. Look, my first impression was it was just one of those products that found its way to a college night. Be it these events that you would have. You'd have your balls and you'd have your different sorts of events. It was just one of these products that found its way into your hand. It's, and then I suppose subconsciously you connect it with a good time. So then I suppose that would have been second year I kind of found out about the brand, which would have been when it was just starting up. And then I was offered a student role when I was in third year. That was my placement year. It was just a little bit too much for me at the time. So I kept in touch with the lads. I would have helped them out if there's any sort of little jobs that they needed. And ultimately then when I was offered the role kind of after I left college, it was a no-brainer for me. Look, I said I was in a bigger company myself. You kind of feel like a number. I feel when I joined the role here, I'm having an actionable impact on the operations of everything really here. That's my day to day. It's different. I get to connect with people. to me, it's the perfect role. I've really enjoyed it. I've not been here too long, but look, hopefully for a good while that I will be here. I've really enjoyed it so far.
I hear you. You know, my one of my degrees is in entrepreneurship, and I love startups. I love small business because of that opportunity to wear many hats, to take on many different challenges, and you're not kind of pigeonholed.
Yeah.
It's a super exciting time to be involved with, to be working with a brand like this who are growing fast as it is, and destined to go somewhere, and to be part of that journey and stuff. There's extraordinary learning that you'll never pick up, being a number, as you say, in kind of like a bigger business.
Yeah.
I guess if there was a flavor that you yourself, right? So take yourself out of the mindset of what the brand is saying. If there was a flavor you would like to see yourself, what would you go for? An additional flavor.
Yeah, I mean, look,
you like the orange.
I do like the orange. It's one of my favorites. The orange and strawberry lime are definitely two of my favorites. If I was to pick, I would probably go in the direction of maybe like a mango, or sort of like a mango mixture, like a mango and something maybe like, I think I'd go definitely towards mango. But look, I know the lads are working hard at the minute. They are working hard on introducing a few more flavors. The 4 that we have at the minute are doing very well, but obviously, look, the more offerings that are there,
the more shelf facing you can get with, obviously, one of the larger energy drinks has done an extremely good job at expanding their flavor range, and dominating shelf space, and it helps drive sales, but also for individuals who are drinking it, people can find preferences and so on. Obviously, you've been at, you mentioned a couple of the festivals and events you've been at. Are there plans for the rest of the summer? It looks like it's going to be a nice warm summer. It looks like ideal time for people to drink X-Lite. Where else are you guys going to be for the next couple of months? What's on the cards? Yeah,
I mean, there's definitely a few similar to kind of Taste Dublin. I think Taste Kildare is coming up, and we plan to have quite a strong presence there, kind of do a similar sort of thing about tasting. It's in a lot of the shops in around Kildare, so it's a perfect platform to build off. I suppose then getting in around the festivals as well. There's big festivals in Ireland. We both know, kind of like the EPs and stuff. We may not be present at those festivals, but getting into the shops, getting it into, I suppose, people's hands that are ultimately going to be drinking it at the festivals. At the minute, we're definitely working on kind of just visibility or availability. And then ultimately, kind of visibility comes with that. Then once people do see it in a shop, it just gets their mind going. You know what? They could see it in a Tesco and they mightn't buy it there, but then they could go to their local Centra, and sure, if they see it there, they say, geez, you know what? I might give that a go. So ultimately, at the minute, the work and the pressure is to kind of increase availability, but ultimately visibility is going to come with that.
Absolutely. I mean, you're currently the number one in the RTD space, and you can only see it growing from there. And Irish people, we are passionate about supporting Irish brands,
100%.
And this certainly has potential.
Yeah.
Exciting times ahead.
Yeah.
Josh, thank you very much for coming in today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
The very best of luck with X-Lite into the future. I look
Thank you very
forward
much.
to sampling some more, potentially at festivals, events, or wherever, and spread the news.
100%. Thank you very much for having me on.
You're welcome.